6th graders, it's Ms. Schwer here. We're actually going to go back to chapter 8 and finish the rest of that chapter since we didn't get a chance to finish it during the school. You're at school, so I want to go back to that. We are going to work with inequalities. There's 2 lessons that go along with it. We're going to do both of them this week. The first one is chapter 8, lesson 6. It is write and graph inequalities, and it starts on page 625. So if you want to follow along with me in the book, I'm actually going to do examples right from the book, so then you can do them with me. So if you want to grab your book and go to page 625, that's where it starts. What I actually would like you to do first is you're going to actually go ahead, and I want you to answer these. So go ahead, read them. It says look at the fair, look at the situations below, circle the numbers that are possible for each answer. So like the first one, Jessica spent more than $5 at the arcade. So did she spend $5? No, it said she spent more. So she could have spent 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you circle all of them. Okay, so you go through and they'll kind of help you understand the lesson a little bit better. Okay, before we get started on the actual lesson, there's a few things I want to go over. You guys have seen all of these before. You guys have seen greater than, less than, equal. We've used them plenty of times. You've used them in probably 3rd, 4th, and then 5th grade. We are actually going to be adding 2 more. So, the first thing that we're going to be doing is, let's say I have one that looks like x is greater than 5. That means that the number, like we just did, it could be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The answers are infinite. So that's the big thing with inequalities. They can have many, many answers. Okay? But there's actually 2 more symbols that you're going to use. So, you are also going to have, you have your greater than, less than, equal, which you're used to. We have the 2 new ones. The 2 new ones are greater than or equal to. So that means that it could also equal that number. Okay? So if it's, let's say, I ate 4 more pieces of pizza. So let's say it'd be x and I have 4. 4 or more. So I know I ate more than that. So could 5 would be true, 6 would be true, 7 would be true, 8 would be true if I ate the whole pizza. But I know that it says 4 or more. So that means it could also equal 4. I could have eaten just 4 pieces. So then that's when I'm going to use that greater than or equal to. So it could mean I ate 4 pieces of pizza. I may eat 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it is. Okay? So that's when you're going to use those extra ones. So you now technically have 5 different choices you could have. I will tell you in this lesson, we're not going to be using equal. They're all going to be greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, or less than or equal to. So I'll keep that up there as a reference for us to use in our lesson because you're going to need it the entire time. But we do have 2 more options. Again, you can kind of ignore the equal to because we're not going to use that one at all. Okay, if you want to follow along with me, you're going to go to page 627 at the top where it says got it. I'm going to do the questions that are on there and then I'm going to explain what they're on there for. So the first one, letter A, is you must be older than 13 to play in the game. In the basketball game. Run out of space. In the basketball game. Okay, so on that one, you must be older than 13. So we don't know how old you're going to be, so we're going to come up with some variable. I'm going to use x, and then we always are going to be given a number, so you're going to have 13. So you have to think about, these are the thought-provoking ones. You must be older than 13 to play in the basketball game. Older than 13. So what would be a number that'd be older? You could be 15. So if I did 15, I'm just going to plug that number. 15, and then we know 15 is greater than, so that's I'm going to plug in that answer. So you must be older than 13 to play in the basketball game. We know that this is true, so my answer would be greater than. Okay? And you're writing the entire equation. Now, let's say another student would have picked 20. Is 20 still greater than 13? Yes, it is, so it's still true. Okay, so let's go to the next one. The next one, I'm not going to actually write them all out because you guys can look them up in your book, and that might save us a little bit of time. So the next one says, you must use 1 stamp. To use 1 stamp, your domestic letter must weigh under 3.5 ounces. So, let's do x again, and then the number they gave me was 3.5. Okay, so I'm going to read it. All right, to use one stamp, your domestic letter must weigh under 3.5 ounces. Under that. So this would be the maximum amount. So that means, could it weigh 2 ounces? Sure, it could weigh 2 ounces. If that was the case, it would be less than. Okay, so I'm going to read it one more time. To use one stamp, your domestic letter must weigh under 3.5 ounces. So it has to be anything under that. So that would be my equation. So for these ones, I'm just writing what matches. So I'm not solving anything, I'm just writing which one makes sense. All right, and that was letter B. Letter C. Letter C is you must be over 48 inches tall to ride the roller coaster. All right, so our coaster, and my number they give me is 48 inches. Okay, so it says you must be over 48 inches tall. So think about what would be a number that'd be over 48. Let's go with number 50. 50 is greater than 48. So we know that that was true. It doesn't include 40. You have to be over 48. Now, a student might say, well, I put them in opposite order. Could I have 48 and C like this? Sure. So then that would just mean if you switch sides, your symbol's also going to switch. Now, typically, you're going to notice the variable's going to come first, but if you did the other way, it is still correct. All right, last one is letter D, and this is the one that's probably the trickiest because it's new, so that might give you a little bit of a hint on what you're going to have to do. Okay, letter D. So if you're following along, this is letter D on page 627. Okay, so now we'll go to page 627. All right, you must be at least 18 years to vote. Okay, so I'm going to use V as my variable. You have to be at least 18 years old to vote. So 18 is my number. Now, and this might be something you have some context clues about too. You have to be older than 18. So could I be 20 years old to vote? Sure. Now on this one, you have to think, could I be exactly 18 to vote? If I look at it, it says you must be at least 18 years to vote. So that means it does also include 18. So that means the symbol I'm going to put is it's going to be greater than or equal to. It includes both of them. Okay, so anytime it includes that number, you add the line. Okay, so you have to think about what does it mean when it includes it. Like this one, you can be 18 years or older. So that's when you do the line underneath. So those two new ones. Okay, all right. I want to do one more of those kind. So this one is actually on page 628. Number 1. This is number 1, page 628 if you want to follow along. On page 628, this is number 1. It says the movie will be no more than 90 minutes. So 90 minutes is going to be the maximum. So my movie, so it can't be more than. So it's going to be, it has to be less than. But now we have to think, does it include 90? The movie will be no more than 90 minutes in length. Could it be exactly 90? Yeah, no more would mean it would also include it. So now I have to think about every single one, does it include that number? If it does, I add the line on the bottom. The way you read them is M is less than or equal to 90. Okay? All right, so that's the first half of the lesson. On your homework, that's going to be the first half of your lesson as well. So that goes along with on your worksheet that you're doing. That's going to go along with the top. On the top part, 1 through 6, goes along with what we just did. So in your book, if you want to go back through those examples. All right, the second part of the lesson is going to be on page 627. Now this is where you're going to be actually drawing the number lines. So I'm going to start with the one they give me first is A is less than 15. Okay, so I'm going to start with the number line. And if you're following along, this is on page 627. On the bottom where it says got it, this is letter E, if you want to follow along. So the line that they gave me, I have 15 in the middle, 15, 14, 13, 16, 17. Okay, there's my extra number, that's okay. Okay, so now the sentence says A is less than 15. So what would be a number that would make it true? Okay, so I'm going to do 13. Now I'm kind of going ahead of myself here. First of all, what I want to do, let's skip that part. Whatever number they give me as my answer, I'm going to draw a circle there. I'm going to draw a circle there. Now, I have to think about it. Does it include 15? If I put 15, is 15 less than 15? No, it's not. It doesn't true. So I'm going to leave it open. It doesn't include 15. Okay? Now we're going to go to that second step. What would be a number that would make this true? I'm gonna go with the number 13. 13 is less than 15. That is true. So that means that anything this side of it would be true. I could have used 14. 14 is still less than 15. I could have used 12. It is still less than 15. So that means you're actually gonna have, from your circle, you're gonna actually shade in that entire direction. Any answer that way, the whole number line that's gonna go would be true. Okay? Any way that way would be true. Okay? Alright, let's do the next one. So we're gonna do letter F. Is right below that. Letter F is going to be B is greater than or equal to 7. Okay, I'm gonna draw my number line again. 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 5. And again, you just need a couple of them. So same thing as last time. The number that it's on is 7. I'm going to put a circle there. Now I have to think about 7. Does it include 7? Am I going to leave it open or am I going to fill it in? So is 7 greater than or equal to 7? The answer is yes. So I'm actually going to shade in this circle. That's how you tell if it's open or closed. If it has that line underneath, these two are going to be closed. Those two are going to be open. You want a little glue. Okay, so now I know it's going to be shaded in. That one's open, that one's shaded. So now I have to test which side is it going to be. Am I going to shade to this side or am I going to shade to that side? So think of what number would make it true. A number over here, a number over there. I'm going to pick 9. Is 9 greater than or equal to 7? Yes, it is. What if I would have picked a number in here? Is 5 greater than or equal to 7? No, it's not. So it can't be that way. So I'm going to go back with 9. 9 makes it true, so I'm going to shade in that direction. And I know this seems messy. This is exactly what they look like. Okay? You shade in the side that makes it true. That means any number, as far as we go on the number line, will make that true. Okay? I'm going to try a couple more with you just because I want to make sure you know what you're doing. I'm not going to use ones in the box. I'm just going to make them up. So here we go. Okay. The first one we'll do is, let's say, K is, I don't want to use the same ones from the book, is greater than 4. Okay, so my number line, whatever number they give you, because you're going to have to write these out. Go right in the middle. Actually, you just copying them from the worksheet. I'm going to put a couple numbers on each side, 3 and 2. All right, and I'm going to circle at 4. Whatever number they give you, that's where your circle goes. Now, does it include 4? Is 4 greater than 4? Nope, so one of these ones, I'm going to leave it open. Plug in a number that would make it true. I know 6 would make it true. 6 is greater than 4, so I'm going to shade that way. I'm going to shade that way. That means any number that way would be true. All right, we'll do one more, and then I'll let you get to your homework. Okay, let's do one that's opposite of that one. C is less than or equal to 5. Okay, so I'm going to draw my symbol, my line again. 5 in the middle, 6, 7, 4, 3. Circle at the number they give me. Now, this one, it's a greater than or equal to. So if I plug 5, is 5 less than or equal to 5? Yes, it is, so I shade it in. Shade it in. And I'm going to plug a number in there, so let's do 3. 3 is less than or equal to 5. Is that true? Yes, it would be, so that means I would shade it that way. And it's okay if they look messy. Don't worry about that. Okay? Alright, so hopefully you understand how to do the 2 pieces of lesson. What you're now going to do is you are going to be given this worksheet. It looks like this. Lesson 6 homework practice, page 127. What you are going to do, your homework for Tuesday night is going to be to do the evens. So you're going to go ahead and do the evens. Again, if you have a printer, you can print it off. That's perfectly fine. If you don't, in your notebook that you're using, go to the first section is that MobiMax. So you guys should have your new MobiMax log already set up. Remember, you only need 60 minutes for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Check your time. Submit on the Google Classroom. Your second one is that video practice. If you want to put this in there, you can. Your third section, this is where you're putting your homework. So like you have your area of a parallelogram. Oops, I'm skipping. Area of a triangle reteach, area of a trapeze reteach, and then today's. What you're going to do is you're going to actually take this worksheet and write it in there. Okay, you do not need to write these out. I'm not going to be collecting this. This is for your own practice. Write out the answers. Just plug the answers in, just like it does on my answer key. And then in the back, this is where you're going to practice circles. So tonight you have 8 problems to practice. And then tomorrow you practice the rest of them, and then I'll give you the answer key the day after that. So, do your best, and I hope everything's going good, and I will talk to you soon. See you later.